Traffic.
Hi everybody. Well, I'm here in Dallas, Texas at the Frontier of Flight Museum right here at Dallas Love Field to take a look and see what they got. And check it out! What? This is a Prowler, and I'm told that this was operational not just a year ago. This thing was flying not just a year ago, and now it's here. I also understand it's the only Prowler in Texas. It's incredible. Let's see what they got inside. Take a look at my ride. Isn't it great? Now, anybody watching, you already know what this is. It's a 737 with a GPU connected. Shush, I'm filming. Kids, man, kids everywhere. The kids are around because I'm not on the ramp. I'm actually at a museum. I'm at the Frontiers of Flight Museum here in Dallas Love Field, Dallas, Texas. And I'm here with Dan. Dan, come on over here. You might have to crash down. Dan. And Dan's going to be showing me around the museum because they got some great exhibits here, including the 737. Now, it's not a full 737, is it?
No, it's just the front cabin.
Where's the rest of it?
That's a good question. I don't think they delivered it, the rest of it to us. No,
okay.
I don't see it.
So someone wasted a perfectly good fuselage.
Or they saved a good front of the...
There you go. That's a glass half full kind of thing. I like that. Mm-hmm. And Dan's going to show us around. And let's get started.
You bet.
Dan, yeah, what the heck is that thing? That's just, how does that even, what is that?
That is our bought V173 Flying Pancake.
Flying Pancake?
Yeah, doesn't it look like a pancake to you?
It kind of does. It's round. I don't really see any wings on it.
Well, it's a lifting body. The whole airplane is a wing.
A lifting body?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, so the whole aircraft, the whole fuselage generates lift. There are control surfaces on the back.
Yeah.
You can kind of see them. They're attached to the back of the body back there.
Okay.
And you can't see it from this angle, but there are elevators, so that
Really?
So it has the main control surfaces the same way and stabilators they call them.
I know what those are.
Yeah.
I had them on my Piper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do the same thing as in a conventional aircraft, but it just looks like a pancake.
So why were these never why were they never manufactured en masse?
Well, they proved to be successful in theory. That was made by
I am also successful in theory.
In theory, yeah. But the U.S. Navy is one that tried this out. They found that it was successful. They were going to build a more powerful version of this aircraft, but then something happened. They dropped a bomb on Japan, a couple of atomic bombs. The war ended. There was no more need for a
flying pancake.
So it winds up going into storage, and then ultimately it gets restored and comes out here.
Now, Dan, I see these two huge propellers, but I don't really see a place for a conventional engine. How many engines does this thing have?
It has two engines.
Two.
And they're both buried inside the fuselage of the airplane.
They're in the fuselage?
They're inside the Pancake.
Are they piston? Are they turboprop?
They're piston engines.
Two piston engines inside the Pancake.
They're small. They're only 80 horsepower engines.
Only 80 horsepower?
Each, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Right. It didn't take a lot of power when you've got these huge propellers.
This entire flying Pancake had the same horsepower of a Cessna 172.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it would virtually take off, short takeoff and landing. That's one of the reasons why the Navy was interested in it. Mm-hmm. So it would take off and just almost instantaneously, almost like a helicopter.
Can you imagine an entire Navy Air Force of flying pancakes?
Yeah.
Does that mean they have to make a USS IHOP for an aircraft carrier?
Maybe so. Hey.
I have dad jokes. It's okay.
You know who else? You know who flew this airplane?
Who? Who flew this?
Charles Lindbergh.
No kidding.
He test flied it, and he gave it a thumbs up. He thought it flew
Charles
pretty
Lindbergh
well.
flew that?
Yep.
Well, then I have to go touch it.
You can touch it.
I'm going to go touch it. But the sign says don't touch, but I want to touch
The sign says
it.
don't touch, but I'm here to make sure that you touch it correctly.
Thank you. Let's go touch the plane. All right, Dan, tell me, what is this? I think I know what it is, but what is this?
You think you know what this is?
I have a good idea what it is.
This is the Apollo 7 command module. This
Apollo 7?
Apollo 7. It was the first of the Apollo missions to actually go into space.
Wow.
And this took place in 1968.
Okay.
So it was actually one of the test missions to prepare the way for further missions like Apollo 11
Yeah.
and 69, which actually went to the moon. But before they could go to the moon, they had to understand what it was like to actually go into
Just
space
be there.
and stay there. Yeah.
For a while.
They stayed for over a week in this capsule.
So this isn't a mock-up. This is the
This
real
is
one.
the real thing.
This thing was in space, the final
it was
frontier.
in space. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
And it
It's
came back.
tiny in there.
It's small. Yeah.
It's smaller than my cockpit.
Yeah, and so you had 3 guys in there, and they had to like each other.
Very much. I mean, they're eating and they're also going to the bathroom and they're sleeping and they're snoring.
Yeah,
And I guess they didn't really brush their teeth much up there.
Probably not.
Now running water. I don't know. If you're an astronaut and you follow my page, please let me know, how do you brush your teeth in an Apollo capsule? Please. And so this was, you said, the first one to go into space?
Yeah, this is the first of the Apollo command modules to go into space.
And this is after the fire, right?
This is after the fire. This has the remanufactured door so that it opens outward. The first Apollo 1, I believe the door went open inward, and that was part of the problem with the fire.
Because the air expanded when it got hot and they couldn't force the door open.
Yeah.
Cool. And I see silver tape all over this thing. Is that speed tape by chance?
You know, it might be, but probably not. No, actually, that is the spacecraft itself was silver, and but in the course of its mission, it lost a lot of that silver covering. You know, whether through space and then through re-entry. And then when it came back home and it was brought aboard ship and they recovered it, then that silver made really nice souvenir.
People took it?
Yeah, well.
In the future, if you want speed tape, just contact me. I will send you speed tape for a fee, but I will do it.
You won't strip it off of your aircraft.
I will not go to NASA and strip it off. And well, if they want to strip speed tape off my plane, that's flattering. Don't do that, you'll get in trouble. Cool. Welcome to the Speed Tape Airlines recurrent training.
Airspeed indicator. The airspeed indicator tells the pilot how
airspeed
fast
indicator.
the airplane is moving through the air.
Oh, is that what that does?
Directional gyro.
What?
The directional gyro gives
think I
the
heard that
pilot
word
a fixed
before.
reference for maintaining flight direction.
Oh! Now this is cool. This is actually a simulator of the SR-71 Blackbird. This is the instructor station right here. And inside, right down there, is where the pilot sat. And this little light is flickering. Need to fix it. Louis, can you write that up? Just defer the light.
Artificial horizon.
Yeah, what about
The
that?
artificial
That sounds
horizon
important.
shows the attitude of the airplane.
I have a bad
Climbing,
attitude.
Descending, or banking.
Banking.
When flying at
I do my
night
banking on
or during
Sundays.
period-
I'm standing right now in the receiving end of an SR-71 engine. Hello, 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 hello. Anybody there? There. Call crew scheduling. All right, Dan, but before I let you go, and before I let you go back to what you were doing, I have to ask, what are we standing in now? Why is it here?
This is a 737-300 that was one time operated by Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
Southwest Airlines donated the aircraft to the museum.
They
and
donate aircraft?
They donated the aircraft.
Southwest Airlines, if you're listening, I will accept an operable 737 for our fleet. Thank you. Okay, keep going. Sorry, I had to get that out of the way.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, good luck. And it is part of our Southwest Airlines exhibit. We have an exhibit. You know, I think you saw the 737-200, the cockpit.
Yeah, it's where we started.
That's where we started. And then this is the complete aircraft. You were wondering, why don't we have a full airplane? Well, we do. It's right here.
Wow.
It's a 737-300, and most of
the seats are gone.
have been removed, and the back side of the aircraft is now exhibit space. And
I see that
we
there's
have
a
the
motorcycle.
history of Southwest Airlines on display in the aircraft. And at the back of the aircraft, there is a motorcycle that was given to Herb Kelleher by his pilots.
Who's Herb?
Herb Kelleher was the founder of Southwest Airlines.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he was president of Southwest Airlines for a long time, and he's the one that directed the growth of Southwest from a small regional airline into a much larger airline.
Okay. And they got him a motorcycle?
They got him a customized motorcycle with Southwest Airlines colors on it. His name is on it.
Were this the employees, the pilot union? Who did that?
It was the pilots of Southwest Airlines.
The pilots bought the CEO of an airline a motorcycle that's custom?
Yep.
That says a lot about the
They
CEO.
liked him a lot.
Yeah.
He was a cool guy.
The heck is that? What is that? Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, what is that?
That is a hat.
That's a word for it.
That
is a word for it.
Hat / helmet. I think it was a means of during the 60s and
For
wanting
Braniff,
to-
right? It's
Yeah,
for
this is
Braniff?
for Braniff. Everybody was into space, and that was a way to feel like you're an astronaut, but not have to actually.
Bernard,
I
you're
like
gonna wear this next flight. This is your new uniform. Holy moly. Well, you know, Dan, thank you so much for your time today. It was a pleasure.
It was my pleasure. I'm glad to have been able to show you around.
And do you guys have a website people can visit, or?
We certainly do. You could go to www.flightmuseum.com.
Flightmuseum.com. I'll put the link below for you guys to check it out. So if you're ever down in Dallas, or if you have a long layover at Dallas Love Field, come on over here to the Frontiers of Flight
We
Museum.
would love to see you.
Yeah, they'd love to see you, and there's some really cool pancakes. Thanks for watching,
We just
everybody.
have one pancake.
One pancake. Well, but still, it's a cool pancake. So thanks for watching, everyone, and remember, when in doubt, just ASAP it. Take care.